Hello and welcome to episode 363 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every day I lose a little bit more of my mind and marbles and go crazy as I scrape the proverbial barrel trying to find something interesting to share with you on a daily basis, because I foolishly made a pinky promise with somebody that I could do a daily podcast about sales and selling. And here I am, nearly, because this is 363, nearly 1 year to the day, 365, so in 2 episodes time. It's nearly been a whole year of the Daily Sales Message, where every single day I've shared simple and actionable advice. What a journey. And if this is your first episode, the intros aren't usually this long, I do apologize, but also there are 362 other episodes you can go back and listen to, and you'll find lots of actionable, simple, useful advice in there. In today's episode, as I've forgotten, so I've got to check my notes, I talk too much. Ah yes, the granularity problem. That's what we're talking about today. The granularity problem. Most people that I work with and speak to suffer with this to a greater or lesser degree, and it's a problem. As a salesperson, we are more inclined to talk about the things that matter to us and go straight into the detail. This is made worse if you're in a technology or software-based business where you're dealing with things like AI, etc. It's very easy to go straight into words like algorithm and gigabyte and AI and machine learning and all this kind of stuff. So we go straight to the granular detail as sellers. But as buyers, they're just trying to understand what this is first of all, and then they step into the information. So as sellers, we come straight into the granularity as quickly as possible. We forget and presume, without even realizing it, we presume people know what we're talking about. So we jump straight to the detail, when actually we've got to respect that our buyers have got to just basically patently understand what we're offering first of all, what that means for them, just a high level, and then they'll come down into the granularity. So be mindful in the conversations that you're having and the emails and messages that you're sending. Are you jumping straight into the detail, the granularity, or are you making sure first of all that your buyers are actually with you in lockstep and they understand what you're talking about before we get to the detail? We've got to kind of step them in stage by stage by stage, step them into the detail, not jump straight to the granularity. I know on a podcast like this, in a very kind of plain, simple environment, it's easy and logical to understand. It's a lot harder to spot yourself doing this in day-to-day and on calls and emails, etc. But if you can spot it, and if you can curb it and stop it, it will make a huge, huge difference. Right, that's it for this episode. Tomorrow in episode 364, we're talking about the defensive model. It's something I've created. It's very simple, really. Well, the concept is simple. It's a bit harder to create, but I'll explain more about that in tomorrow's episode. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please hit the like or subscribe or share button, leave a comment, interact with the podcast in some way, because it helps us to reach more people with our free, practical sales tips and advice. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I do appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another fast-talking edition of the Daily Sales Message.